So I just watched a video of Senator Natasha and Akpabio, and people are saying, oh, and Natasha should do this, Natasha should not talk like this, she's talking this one, she's doing like, please guys, have you ever wondered why it seemed like when senators have been voted into the Senate House, when they get to the Senate House, it's almost as if all the things they campaign for, they no longer do it. It is because of the likes of our Senate President Akpabio. Now, it is very important for people to let Akpabio know that the Senate is not his family house. Senator Akpabio, the Senate is not your family house or your family property where you tell your children to shut up, you tell your wife to sit down, you tell them not to talk, you tell them not to do this and do that at any point. Now, you should know that these people were voted to represent a large number of people. But when they come to the Senate, it's almost as if they no longer do anything, because people don't allow them to talk. If you look at the people who came in through Labour Party, who came in through PDP, ABGA and the rest of the other parties, but because they are a minority party, they cannot talk.
Dear Senate President Akpabio, this is a video of you doing that exact same thing. In my own interpretation, I will even say yours is even worse. Now, this is the video.
You can go to your seat. Then when you get to your seat, I'll recognize you.
I sat next to Senator until I was led by the sergeant at arms that this is my seat.
I asked the clerk whether he allocated that seat to you. He said he didn't.
He told me he would prefer to sit here. So I said there is no microphone there, but he said he will still prefer to sit there.
If there's been a senator that I'm allowed to speak without a microphone, state. That's never happened in this chamber. All we said is there's no microphone where you are. Go to a place where there's and you can speak. Now you have the floor, speak and let us make progress.
I want to apologize to my colleagues if I raised my voice earlier, and to say that until the Senate is well reconstituted and the sitting arrangements well arranged, I want to hold my...
My people, Kasara don burst for Senate again. Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha don't enter big wahala because of seat allocation matter. Natasha talk say they want use power take push her comot for her rightful place, but she no agree. Senate con scatter, tension rise and everywhere just dey hot. No be only that one, very dark man don't enter the matter, con drop him own hot take, wey don make social media catch fire. He talk say no be today, dem don dey do this kind thing before. So in show video of Akpabio repeating the same thing that Natasha did, but the way he was treated and the way he treated Natasha was totally different thing. And this matter don't cause serious wahala online. Some people they support Natasha, some they defend Akpabio. Even some said that maybe Akpabio asked Natasha out and she refused. That's why Akpabio was treating her that way. So my people, what did you guys think? I would like to hear your opinion on the comment section concerning this below. So before I allow you guys to watch the video, make sure you like this video so that YouTube will also recommend it to your other friends, and also subscribe to our channel if you are new to this channel.
Alright, so by now I'm pretty sure that you people have seen the video where Akpabio, the Senate President, ordered that Senator Natasha Akpoti should be removed from the plenary because of misconduct. Well, dear Senate President Akpabio, this is a video of you doing that exact same thing. In my own interpretation, I will even say yours is even worse. Now, this is the video.
You can go to your seat. Then when you get to your seat, I'll recognize you.
I sat next to Senator until I was led by the sergeant at arms that this is my seat.
I asked the clerk whether he allocated that seat to you. He said he didn't.
He told me he would prefer to sit here. So I said there is no microphone there, but he said he will still prefer to sit there.
If there's been a senator that I'm allowed to speak without a microphone, state. That's never happened in this chamber. All we said is there's no microphone where you are. Go to a place where there's and you can speak. Now you have the floor. Speak and let us make progress.
I want to apologize to my colleagues if I raised my voice earlier, and to say that until the Senate is well reconstituted and the sitting arrangements well arranged, I want to hold my...
Well, in my own interpretation, what Gospel Akpabio did here is kind of worse than what Natasha Akpoti did on that very day. But again, shout out to Bukola Saraki, the then Senate President, for the way he handled this whole situation. A special shout out to him. And again, most people call a spade. Natasha Akpoti actually did a serious misconduct. Even when they told her to leave, you understand. She was like, oh, I'm not scared of you and all that. I mean, she's not supposed to do that, but Gospel Akpabio was also supposed to look for the best way to manage the whole thing, because misconduct is not misconduct. If I say the fact say Bukola Saraki, no order say this man go leave, no me say this other person no go order him. And I feel like the last thing that happened between Bukola Saraki and Senator Akpoti, I feel as if two of them, they never really forgive themselves. That's just what I think. I feel like they've not forgiven themselves. And again, Gospel Akpabio should understand that Natasha is a woman. Natasha is a woman, not just a woman. Natasha is a very stubborn woman. Judging by everything I've seen, judging by the whole thing, she stood up against Yaya Bello when Yaya Bello was at his prime. When Yaya Bello still they shake everybody, Natasha Akpoti stand. As a matter of fact, rumor they say, man, when she dey go Kogi State that time, say they even give her own army where go protect her against the government army. So the woman is strong, she's stubborn. So you get the way they follow those kind of people, right? She know they won't agree. Like people like her, they know they like when you use high voice for her. So you go, Senate President, I know it's not supposed to be, but she's a woman. You understand? But Natasha Akpoti too, please, you have to respect our Senate President. You understand? A lot of people don't like him, but power don't enter and be that. So respect comes with that position that he is. Senate President, like now, if anything happens to the President, anything happens to Vice President, which other person again? I think Senate President is the fourth, or even the third, I can't even remember. I think it's like the fourth person. So a position strong for the whole of Nigeria. His position is very strong, and if you don't respect him, other people from outside country would not respect him. If somebody in the house, a member of the house, would not respect Senate President Gospel Akpabio, then people when they look us from outside country too, they're not going to respect Senate President Gospel Akpabio. But again, respect is reciprocal. So the way we're Senate President he talks to Natasha, it's supposed to balance out. But again, ultimately, for the benefit of Nigeria, that's what I'm talking. For the benefit of Nigeria, you people need to get along. Because if the room is not conducive for everybody, if people don't agree, then we as a country, we cannot move forward. Because now that place, when I tell the judge waiting, they make the country go forward. Even though the country know they really go forward. Because I know you really see what they do for there, low-key. I don't know what you guys are doing there, to be very honest. I don't know. Do you understand? But still, we gonna get along so that at least one tangible thing will come out from that floor or from the house. Even though, like I said, in my own opinion, I don't see what you guys are doing there. But anyway, Senate President, much love and respect. Natasha, way much love and respect. God bless you guys. But I beg, we're not plan for Nigeria. Else, you're gonna learn, and you will learn the hard way. We're not dropping a personal beef. At the end of the day, peace and love. Respect yourself and don't play.
Tinubu Senate President, Senator Akpabio. Natasha is fully elected member of the Senate. She has the right to express her feelings and rights as far as this country is concerned. Natasha is a lawmaker in this country. So, ona be say, anytime when anybody just talk your mind or they do wrong to the person just attack ona, or express his or her feelings, the person don't do wrong thing. Akpabio, you should know that life does not belong to you. One day you will leave that seat. One day you will leave that seat. People have been there before you. Other members have been there before you. Since you decide to frustrate the effort of Nigerians, the good work of Nigerians, God will punish you. Akpabio, if these things you are doing and you think they are right, God is coming for you. For you now, nobody can fight you. God is coming for you. What will make you to suspend Natasha? Because of what? Peter Obi, if you know say Kenneth Okonkwo talk say, when you step aside and you should not contest again. I was against him, but let me tell you, Peter Obi, I'm not against him again. If you know you cannot stand for Nigerians to contest this election, I spent my money. I went to Edo State because there was no time for me to change my voter's card because I'm from Delta State to Delta. So I decided to transport myself to Edo State. I spent 58,000 naira just to vote for you. I don't know you. I've not seen you before. I've not met you anywhere before in my life. I lodged to make sure I voted for you. I traveled to Edo State to lodge in the hotel to make sure I voted for you. So this time around, if you know you cannot meet up with, you know these people, they are so heartless. So the way they are, you deal with them that way, the same way. You follow them up. So if you know you cannot do it, you cannot stand to fight these people, my brother, step aside. If you know you are scared of death, step aside. I support Kenneth Okonkwo. I was against him before, but now I'm not against him. Step aside, please. Step aside. A suspender, Senate President Akpabio, they suspend though. You know this country belongs to you. So you are the owner of this country, but one day you will leave that seat. Akpabio, this country does not belong to you.
So I just watched a video of Senator Natasha and Godswill Akpabio, and people are saying, oh, and Natasha should do this, Natasha should not talk like this, she's talking this one, she's doing like, please guys, have you ever wondered why it seemed like when senators have been voted into the Senate House, when they get to the Senate House, it's almost as if all it is they campaign for, they no longer do it. It is because of the likes of our Senate President Akpabio. Now, it is very important for people to let Akpabio know that the Senate is not his family house. Senator Akpabio, the Senate is not your family house or your family property where you tell your children to shut up, you tell your wife to sit down, you tell them not to talk, you tell them not to do this and do that at any point. Now, you should know that these people were voted to represent a large number of people. But when they come to the Senate, it's almost as if they no longer do anything. Because people don't allow them to talk. If you look at the people who came in through Labour Party, who came in through PDP, APGA and the rest of the other parties, but because they are a minority party, they cannot talk. They cannot talk. It now looks like they are not doing anything. Okay, now, see somebody like SP is telling Natasha that she should know that she should not be talking to these people. Oh, these people are bad, those people are bad. Then how do you people want them to change this country exactly? They are all seated in the Senate. You bring bill that does not want anything, flam, they will pass it. You bring this one, they will pass it. You bring this one, they will pass it. Not minding the adverse effect it's having on the large population of Nigerians. And then when somebody comes to talk, because she's not saying the popular opinion which they all want to hear, you try to shut her. You try to say, oh, don't talk. That's enough, that's enough. For God's sake, Akpabio, the Senate is not your family house. Nobody there is your family. Allow them represent their people well. God. At this point, I think, I don't know if it is going, in fact, you people will not make me lose hope in this country. No, I refuse to lose hope. You people will not make me lose hope in this country. Because somebody will put their senators. See, you know that there are so many monies and so many things that they are sharing. And people will be like, but the Labour Party people that they put, what are they doing? The PDP people that are there, like minority, what are they doing? Let me tell you, as a senator, even if they cannot allow you to take out whatever, your opinion cannot stand because you are a minority. If they give you all those money, put it to good use for your people. Do you understand? Put it to good use for your people. But I know that the large one that they will be quarreling about is all these extra things they are signing. You people say there is no money, yet budgets keep going. You people are doing white elephant projects everywhere. Look at the Coastal Road now. Where is it? Anybody with update about the Coastal Road, please drop it for me. Drop it for me. And you say people should not talk. They are talking too much. It is disrespect. It's not any disrespect. Please, we need radicals to be in that Senate. Talk. Don't give them space to continue putting Nigeria under their pocket and under their shelves. Don't give them that space. If you like, suspend Natasha. Let others sit down there and be laughing, be drinking wine. Yeah.
Yesterday, a fight ensued between the Senate President and Senator Natasha Akpabio from Kogi State Central, where Senate President asked her to sit down, not to air her opinion. This did not go well with this pretty young lady, and she was at the top of her voice, screaming at the Senate President. This is the second time Senator Akpabio, that is the Senate President, is doing this to this pretty lady that is representing Kogi Central. I don't think it's right. Senator Akpabio, get this fact. Senator Natasha was elected in her constituency the same way you were elected. You were only privileged to become the Senate president just for Oba. But you don't have any right to ask her to be bundled out of the higher chambers. You have no such right. You can only exercise caution and, sanity in the house. But ask them to bundle her out of the house, I think you crossed the line. And you owe this lady an apology. You owe her a serious apology, because this is the second time you are doing this to her. And Nigerian women, you must not keep quiet, because this is trying to discourage other women that have voices to speak in the house. Because it seems like Senator Natasha is the only woman who has a voice in that house. Other women are weak people. Because I don't get it. Why a woman will be treated in such manner and other women will keep quiet. So this is a wake-up call for every female politician that is vying for positions in these upper chambers. If people like Senator Akpabio are still allowed to remain there and be the Senate president, we don't have a voice, because this person wants to quench the voice of Senator Natasha. But I think this woman has a voice and she's not letting that slide. And for us, women folks, it's not going down well with us either. So I think, Senate President, you need to stop this unruly behavior, because that does not bequeath your position and sanity as human behavior is concerned.
I said was that I hope the renovation will not turn us into South African Parliament, where you hear Malema, 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 sit down, Malema, sit down, Malema, sit down. And that is because we know how the electronic system ought to work. I recall that in the 8th Senate, I had almost a similar issue where seats were reallocated as a result of movements. And I also moved at that time. So when I came into the chambers, they gave me a different seat. The next day they gave me a different seat. The third day they gave me a different seat. So I also voiced out my anger. And I said, what is going on here? And then the Senate President was able to control. So everything I said did not get out to the public. And so social media had nothing to feast on. So unfortunately, we need to go back to our old microphone system so that people will not speak out of order and then speak when they are not recognized. So I apologize on behalf of the contractor who did this. Now, the civil senator Abamoro actually mentioned this issue of a looming crisis in Benue State and the illegal or legal removal of the chief judge. We are not in a position to rule because we are not the judiciary. But he said that is something that is capable of bringing crisis to the government and the people of Benue State. So I think is it the view of the Senate that he be allowed to proceed with the motion under Order 41 and 51? Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Senator, I didn't hear your voice. Yeah? So you may proceed.